Don't worry about that. 1 second. There we go. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. How y'all doing? It's Tuesday. Not usually a stream on Tuesday. Usually it's a Monday thing, but since I finished off the playthrough of the last game, what I was doing, which was Wind Waker HD. The next one's not going to start until next week. I think that's a good way of doing it, you know, taking a week off between you know, different full playthroughs. Nice way to give me a bit to like catch my breath and relax a bit, and maybe do some more off the wall streams or no streams at all potentially early in the week. You know, that is a possibility as well, and that'd be good for, you know, relaxing and getting some of that old energy back. But what are we doing today, you ask? Well, you might have read up top, but let me like take you step by step as to what led up to today and this here stream. First off, there was some stuff with the VODs over the weekend. You might have saw they only went up. If you keep an eye on the YouTube, which there is a YouTube, it's very nice. You keep an eye on the YouTube, you might have noticed that the VODs only went up on Monday, which is pretty late. Usually they are pretty close to 24 hours after the streams. 24 hours is the minimum time because Twitch does require you to wait 24 hours if you're an affiliate, which I am. So that's, you know, why the streams are always 24 hours after the fact, after the end. But they were much later this time because the Thursday VOD had an issue. It got split into two, and also it had some issues with the tracker as well. So, you know, I went about fixing that on my own time. But turns out my computer takes a long, long time to export video files. So, like, pretty much from Saturday night to Sunday at like 4 a.m., the damn thing was like exporting. You know, it was only a 9-hour VOD, but it took over 24 hours to export. What the fuck, right? Maybe part of that is because I was using Windows Video Editor, the default one that's free, and also not really the current one anymore. Apparently they have something called ClipMonkey now, which I don't want to bother with. And it doesn't seem like a good use of my time. But anyway, all that was like really frustrating to watch. Like, just crawl forward the little bar and the file size creep upwards, you know. And I'll say that I have had issues in the past where doing like an export or something, I've run out of space, and you know, not knowing how big the file was gonna get, turned out around 30 gigs or so. I was worried, like, what if I run out? And as a result, I decided to clear some space off, and end up finding enough space and things that could be deleted to save around 100 gigs off my SSD, which felt much more secure. Deleting things like my iCloud like photos that were downloaded to my PC. They're already on iCloud. They're on my phone. I don't need them in a third location and eating up 40 gigs, it turns out. Also, I had, you know, some games installed that I really didn't need, like A Hat in Time, which we finished like a month or two ago. That can be deleted. Save a couple gigs there. And there was like the car game where you wreck cars, and it's like a motor derby. It turns out that I had that from Game Pass still on my computer, which just a very easy delete. Anyway, cleared up enough where I was happy and felt secure that it would not run out, and indeed it didn't. And then afterwards thought to myself, like, maybe I can go farther. Because you see, I've had a spare SSD lying in my shelf for a while, in my drawer. Because when I made this computer, I accidentally bought the wrong size of SSD. I bought a 250 when I meant to get a 500. And I didn't know, like, didn't see the plugs to plug in that one at the time. And also I thought, I want to return this. I want to get rid of this. This is... I bought a smaller size by mistake. And, what the fuck, right? Well, then I just sort of let 5 years, 6 years, 7 years pass. And, you know, now, years and years later, I'm looking at that SSD saying, like, you know, I could plug that in real nice and easy and get an extra 200 gigs or so, and, that's what I did. I plugged in the new SSD, and now I have a new drive that just has like 200 gigs of empty space. So, with that all in mind, this is what we've been working up to, this whole conversation. I thought maybe I'd try recording some VODs locally, and tonight will be somewhat of a test of that. See, recording VODs locally means that I won't be prone to, like, disconnections. You know, I disconnect for a minute, the VOD will stay intact, and you'll get a bit of me going like, oh, that's... okay, looks like the stream is down, but, you know, hey, we're still here. I can talk, throw to a break, something like that. I could even, like, pause the recording, and I think it would still output to the same file after I unpause, say, you know, whenever the stream were to come back, let's say. There are advantages to streaming, to recording locally. I will say I am currently recording in a higher quality, too, than what I stream in, because Twitch has a limited bitrate and such, limited settings, and I did do a quick test of, like, okay, how much is the medium file? When you say medium file size, what do you mean? And it seems like it's about double the file size of what the same as stream settings would be. So that seems pretty good. Maybe, like, if ever you have seen in my streams, like, an issue where, like, my camera gets all low quality because, you know, bitrate issues with the rest of the stream, right? Maybe that would be assuaged by this whole saving a local copy. And I'm not sure, like, how big this is gonna get. I'm not sure, like, I only have 200 gigs, right? So I don't think I can stream and, like, or can't record in, like, lossless or anything. And I'm also not sure, like, if recording a local copy of a different quality is going to really impinge on, like, my processing power. So, you know, I will say tonight we're doing a game that's on the PC. So, you know, we'll be doing that. My screen's looks dark for some reason right now. What the hell? My TV. I assume it's just sort of power saving. Oh yeah, there it goes. Okay. Anyway, that's what we're doing tonight. As far as the thing I want to test, let me quickly talk to what this randomizer seed that I got is. Oh hell, I just noticed something. Something changed with the tracker now. So there is one item that's like over the line. The hell? What'd they add? Bean, volcano vase. I don't know what they added, but the melody, you can see there if I scroll down a bit, is out of frame. Ah, Jesus. I should probably fix that. One second, let me go over to the PC and I'll fix that and talk to what this is going to be. Right then, 1 second, let me just go ahead and got this tracker like perfectly framed. It's kind of a shame to you know, kind of a shame to kind of, yeah, that's not it. That's horrible. Ugh. Can I do something else where I don't have to do that? Hang on. Let me see if I can find some setting that takes, like, one thing off the list, off the tracker here. Because that's pretty horrible looking, you know. Show seed flags. What's that do? No, I don't need that. Notes field, logic only items. Oh, that adds a couple of items. What does adding logic only items do? Okay, well, it adds a couple more items. At the very least, more square now. Annoying, most annoying. Don't show logic only items. Damn it. Oh, what the fuck is Forest Pass? Okay, that's the problem. That's the new one. Forest Pass. The fuck? Forest Pass. That screws up my whole tracker adding one. Ugh. Hang on, let me... How about if... I take this... Take this, expand it down to, like, there. And, tracker background. Paste a duplicate. Move that into the tracker. Crop that down to just there. Okay, well, that kind of works. Let me, tracker background, emo body. Take this down a scotch. Great, it will only do it in increments that suck. That's great, that's great. Why? Okay, that's, Sure, whatever. There. Now I got all the items fitting with the timer still in its nice plot spot. It's not entirely ideal. Let me move that text up a bit too. The Paper Mario text there that says what it is what they're doing, and I'm gonna say what we're doing in 2 seconds. One second. So, like I said, this stream, I'm testing to see what happens when I save a local copy of the stream in a higher quality. And also we're doing 2 stars with limited logic. What does that mean? Well. What that means, essentially, is... I'm gonna go back to the couch and I'll explain it there. There we go. what that means essentially is that let me explain what this seed is after we did all that setup and stuff. What this basically means, 2 star spirits, limited logic. It means that the items that we need to finish these 2 stars, they are 2 specific stars, 2 specific chapters, and all the items that we need logically are going to be in those specific chapters. So we have a very limited amount of places we need to look to do everything, which means that this should be a relatively fast Paper Mario Randomizer stream. I thought about doing just 1 Star Spirit, but I figured that would be really straightforward. I mean, that would basically just be kind of the same as vanilla, as far as, like, you know, you're just going through the motions of 1 chapter, right? So you would just get every item, you know, probably be the next one that you needed, or, you know, something's, or it'd be like close at hand. Whereas now they can at least be scattered between 2 different chapters. Also, we are starting bootless, hammerless, whole 9. Let's go ahead and get into that. I'm gonna start the timer. It's not important, but, you know, I have it. Let's go ahead and go. No, wait. What am I doing? What the? Okay. Weirdly slow here. And I'll say, with the thing we're testing... BBB. Yes. With the thing we're testing here, I am concerned that there might be performance issues. You know, it's possible that saving a copy of the stream in a higher quality is going to make OBS heavier on resources. We'll see how this handles and if there's any issues as we get into the game. Let's go. Go. Oh, I need to... hang on. What? Oh, hang on. There we go. Should be going now. All right, let's go. Here we go. I do have some cards prepared, things I've, you know, been doing over the weekend as I do. Oh, right, I'm bootless and hammerless. I can't jump or hammer. That's right. We'll talk about that more as we go. Let me go ahead and punch up things that we need. Let me see. We got Paracarry. I did start myself up with some badges that I want to have, as I tend to do, as well as maximum stats so I don't have to fuck with any, you know, experience stuff. We can just, you know, jam. We can just run where we need to go and do a thing. Okay, that's how I like to play Paper Mario Randomizer. How do I know? I'm not sure how you know which Star Spirits you need. Because there's 2 of them, 2 specific ones. I saw someone else do like a run of this. I think they like checked with Merlin or Marin or, you know, the star person. Okay, that's vanilla. It might be the other hint person that tells you where you need to go. I am not sure though. Probably the other star person, as I talk to Merlin. He probably doesn't know. The other star person previously did hints that are just like, you know, where to find a key item or something. Okay, yeah, he's useless. I've never checked to see what he does. But I guess they just put the hint thing that you need as far as like which 2 chapters over here. Can I get up without boots? Yes, I can. These are stairs. These are accessible to me. How do you know? Do I talk to her, like, directly? Hang on, let me Google, let me look at the Discord real fast, just like look for limited logic real fast with one hand. Just to see how it is you do. I've not tried limited logic before. It sounded neat, but I thought that, well, let's try that live. Limited logic. What do you do? Do none required. How do you figure out? Okay, limited chapter logic. Progression items that are required for out-of-logic chapters will have the possibility of being placed in out-of-logic chapters, yes. Okay, that's a fix for that. Let me see where in the patch notes when they... Okay. Enabling this means that all progression items will be placed in the required chapters. Badges and consumable items will still be found. Checks in the Goomba region, Toad Town, Toad, Sewers, and Star Summon are not considered part of logic of a chapter and will always be in logic. How do I know which chapters it is, though? Limited chapters. How do I know which chapters it is? Which chapters? How do I check? I'm not sure how I figure out which chapters it is that I need to do this bombette. Well, oh right. Also, I can't get at this guy because I can't jump. If anyone knows how to figure out which chapters are in logic, I would love to know. Boots! Now I can jump. Okay. Now, if I were being paranoid or something, I would guess that that is some sort of clue. As far as, you know... As far as, like, oh yeah, we got like, a bombette real quick, like. That must mean the bombette is required. Maybe that's not the case at all. I don't know. How do I know? It's not on the pause menu or anything, is there? Let's see. There's how that works. Bonus damage. Tracker. And this is telling me nothing. How do I know? Specific chapter. Let me search for that on the randomizer Discord. Should have paid more attention. You know. Going a little half cocked. Let's see. How can you know? Maybe if I just like scroll back in the announcements, I'll find limit. Shorten cutscenes, shuffle music, game tracker. Scrolling back to see if it can find where they mention how specific requiring specific chapters works. I think it's been in the game for a while. I've just never bothered with that. I don't know. Fuck. What's a fully vanilla start? Whoa, wow. It's now possible to generate a seed with nothing shuffled, starting in Goomba Village, hammerless. Doing so will set the veranda to its vanilla state. That's neat. That's neat change there. Okay. Oh, wait. It requires specific spirits. Okay, here it is. Oh. Holograms of the required spirits will be at Shooting Star Summit. Okay, there we go. Figured it out. I was looking under the thing about the, what's in logic, limiting logic. But it turns out right above that was a blurb about, requiring specific chapters. So they were required, they were both added at the same time. Turns out. Let's go see what chapters we're doing. And I'll mark them on the top bar thing, with, like, numbers or something. I can make one and the other 2. Of course, had to have boots to get up here. Okay, chapter 3. We got chapter 3 required. And, book fucker. That's chapter 6. Well, of all the chapter combinations, that one seems like the most awkward to me. Just because, you know, if you think about it, right? Chapter 6 requires all 4 seeds to get in. So that would likely mean that we're looking at like, you know, that we're looking at, a lot of chapter 3 being up front before we can even enter chapter, still we can even enter chapter 6. Maybe if I do like this silly thing, maybe we should just set it so that the seeds are open, so that the thing is open. Check the rewards. Okay, there's nothing here. Good. Alright then, so chapter 3 is where we're going. But we need to get into chapter 3. Well, first off, we need the Forest Pass. Whatever that is. I don't really think that much of the Forest Pass. That is not a addition I think was needed. Another item to get into Forest. Maybe, I guess, hey, maybe the thought was that there wasn't enough key items in chapter 3. Might as well add one to gate off the forest. So we need to find the forest. We need to find the forest. We need to find the Forest Pass. And, well, I guess that'll be, like, the first thing that we can do. Let's go, then. Now, we do have Bombette, so Bombette will be I like this color. Usable in lieu of a hammer. So we'll be able to check some things. The prologue is in logic, so why don't we just, like, you know, run over there? Oh, fuck. Pretty fucking good. I'll mark this one off as 2. I do this with the bombettes. No. What if it's from the side? Ooh, yes. Now, let me think for a second. What is required for chapter 6? For chapter 3, Paracarry, Bombette. Is Cooper required? I don't think so. I think Cooper is required. What else is required for chapter 3? So just those, and Bow. We need Bow to do chapter 3, so likely we'll find all those guys outside somewhere. Maybe even before we go in. Or in the forest, or something of the sort. Cake! That doesn't affect us. We're not going in the toy box. There can be stuff in the toy box that's, like, not on the critical path, you know, like, or... I say in the toy box. There could be stuff in that area that is, like, required for other chapters, but we don't give a fuck about other chapters, so... doesn't affect us none. We also know star pieces aren't needed, so we can ignore that guy. We can ignore plates in the ground. We can ignore all that stuff. Goomba. Goomba, you got something for me? Nah. Ma has nothing for me. Crystal Berry. Could have something. Possible. Let's head down into the prologue area. Get what we gotta get. We still don't have access to chapter 3 yet. And probably... I mean, I'd be fucking surprised if we got 3 or 4 seeds outside of, like... I'd be surprised if the first place we had to go was the forest, considering everything that's like, hey, here's a hammer. Everything that's, like, locked behind it. Speaking of hammer, do we need, like, hammer boots for either of the other chapters? Yeah, we need... It was purple, wasn't it? There we go. We need, that other thing wasn't a key item, right? Let me just check my key items real fast. Yeah, we're good. We now have 1 towards, one of the seeds, so scratch that, 2 of the seeds. Shit, maybe we are going into the forest first. That's fucking possible! 3 of the seeds! It's this one. Okay, kinda looks like forest might be first. Don't worry about it. That happens. Forest could be first. Ooh, it's a coin. Alright, now we bounce. There's nothing else in this little area. Well, maybe should have checked all the bushes. These bushes look like they have items, actually. I did make it so that foliage coins can have items, so... I'll have to keep an eye for out for those. Make sure we're shaking trees and stuff. I don't want to fight that guy, that kid, so we're homeward shrooming from here. We could be going to the forest first. I mean, now, it's just a matter of, like, which comes first, the last seed or the forest pass. And it could go either way. Okay, Ralph's store is not in Logic, so I don't need to worry about that, by the way. But this guy is, so let's go buy a bunch of his items. Do that whole business. Quick change, that's pretty good. Power Quake, like that. Like Mega Quake even more, so, you know. Not the best, but still pretty good. Artifact. Artifact is Chapter 2, so that's not going to be useful. Better than a coin, though. Can I get any of these question mark blocks that are, like, up on the ledge or whatever? I don't think I can. Yeah, too. Can I hammer these? I forget. I could ground pound them if I had the ground pound, but I don't, so, you know. Well, actually, I do in this area have Lacuster. So Lacuster can get me through to... Oh, cool colors. Jeez. Keep coming up with new cool colors for these characters. I like to see them. Through there is a blooper, and all that blooper unlocks is access to the... Hey, there's Boots. Very nice. All that blooper unlocks is access to another world. Flower Saver. All that blooper unlocks is access to another world, so... Well, actually... Well, no. If I hadn't gotten the ground pound, then it would be possible for that to be the way into Chapter 3. Which, hey, I just realized something. Chapter 3. There's a way into Chapter 3 that's not the forest. You just have to use, like, the, If you use, like, the ground pound or sushi to get in. That said, hey, we just got the seeds to get access to chapter whatever the fuck. So, in a way, we have access to both chapters we can go to right now, so... Or both chapters that are in Logic, so... Really, we can go anywhere. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so where do we want to go from here? Several choices. I feel like the forest is going to be more lucrative, generally. The fields, the flower fields. Why did I say forest? Jeez. I've been saying forest this whole time, haven't I? You know. There's a forest and there's a fields. The fields is the one that needs the seeds. The forest doesn't give a fuck about seeds. Still, though, feels pretty funny to get all that stuff, like, so quickly, you know? I got cards. A little bit of quick follow-up. There was an issue last stream with 20 Pikmin. I will say, I fixed that. Let me show it. I'll just manually trigger it myself. See? It's working now. It's working now, the 20 Pikmin. Turns out I had slowed their speed down, like, significantly somehow. I don't know how that happened, how that got reset, but it's fixed now, so very good. Won't be seeing slow 20 Pikmin ever again. That's the big tree, man. One other piece of follow-up, real fast. I talked last stream, about an idea I had for Extra Life this year, which will still be in a few months, but, you know, thought I'd get some stuff squared away. Had an idea, which was to play 50 turns of a whole bunch of Mario parties in a row, back to back to back to back. And to that end, I have purchased Mario Party 4 and Mario Party 8, two ones that I didn't have. I also did say to myself, like, at that point, you know, around that time, whatever the fuck, I said very simply, like, you know, I will never get, Super Paper Mario. Or, sorry, not that, Jesus. I have Super Paper Mario. What I meant to say is I will never get Mario Party 8, or Mario Party 9, or Mario Party 10. Those games just seem entirely suck ass, and I'm just super not interested in their like dumbass car shit. And I did hear some argument of like, well, you know, unless you have every Mario Party, well, you know, it's not a party until there's every Mario Party, which was just someone joking around, but you know, without the context of like me preparing to do like this whole thing, but. You know, thinking about it, I thought for a second, like, there was a second there where I thought, like, well, maybe I should do it anyhow. And then I thought better of it and said, no, not gonna do it. Need some Lancaster for this. Nah, not gonna do those guns. Gonna strictly stick to the ones where 50 turns is possible. And as such, like Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario Party. Super Mario Party and Mario Party All-Stars are both off the menu as a result as well. I do own those games, but, you know, I'd rather stick to the originals, the classics, you know? I think that'd be, more fair. But all that to say that, it's looking like that'll be the plan. I'm not sure, like, how long that would take. It's possible... Oh, by the way, enemy formations are randomized as well. Can I damage this guy with my, like, P-up? Fuck that. This may be a hard fight. Oh, Bomb... Can Bombette hit those guys? I don't think Bombette can hit those guys, actually. Anyway, it's gonna be a fun thing whenever we do that, you know, whenever we do that extra live stream. It's gonna be fun. It might be multiple. I'm not sure, like, how many Mario parties fit into, like, a single, stream. But, you know, if it turns out that, like, oh, in 12 hours we can only do, like, 4 of them, maybe we'll do a Saturday stream and a Sunday stream, and, you know, it'll be for a good cause, so, you know, that would be, I think that'd be fun. Do it that way. Oh, Bombette does damage those guys. It's fire, I guess, that they're not damaged by, not explosions. My other thoughts about the Extra Life stream this year is I have an idea for like a reward, for like a donation incentive, which is that I think it'd be fun if like for maybe let's say a $60 donation or something, some sort of big donation, right? Maybe you could sponsor a character, a computer character, because, you know, I'll be playing this locally on like my actual GameCube, or at least for 4 on my actual GameCube, on my actual Wii U, etc. But for a certain amount, viewers can sponsor a character, and you know, this will be for, again, Extra Life, so charity, you know. But for a certain amount, maybe like you'll sponsor a character, you'll get your name next to them or something for the duration of that game that it's on, and also I'll turn up their difficulty so that they, you know, stand a better chance of like giving me trouble, you know. That seems like a fun idea to me. And, you know, one good thing that's pretty simple that we can do for, like, a reasonably fun little incentive. The other thing, of course, we could always do is just, like, you know, promise future streams with future content. But it's easier just, I think, to, you know, focus on the present. I don't know. That reminds me, I really should equip Power Quake. Change, Flower Saver. I don't want all or nothing. Spin Smash, nah. I always mix up whether this is middle, left, right, or middle, right, left. There we go. It's middle, right, left. I always get that backwards. So this time I just went with my opposite of my gut. And that worked out. Ruins key. Useless. And that's junk. Hey, buddy. I got Power Quake, so this should go reasonably fast. Oh. They're flighty. Okay. Tell you what, we'll come back and deal with that later. It's probably nothing. And if it is something, I don't want to deal with it first, you know? Like, look, there's a million other places we can check before we have to fight, like, 4 battles in a row. Bit of dry shroom, jeez. I also need to go get some berries. I think I saw them in a shop earlier. The berries are going to give us access to, like, all these other areas. We can also go to Ghost Town now, you know, Boo's Mansion. Good. Get rid of the pebble. Let's cross this gap and head over to this area. We'll check this area, which we do have everything we need. We got the bombs, we got the... You know, we got Bombette, we got, Hey, buddy. We got Bombette, that's all we need to deal with the sun. Don't need that. Boo Portrait. That's pretty essential. That lets us get into the Gusty Gulch area. And also buy things in Boo's, in the Boo's Mansion shop. Pretty key. How about more cards? I got more cards. I watched Hot Shots. Mentioned last week that, over last weekend, the weekend before last, two weekends ago, I guess, mentioned that I watched, Hot Shots Part 2 for the first time, like, a week and a half ago. And, well, it turned out that, you know, I hadn't seen it, which surprised me because I thought I knew what it was. Turns out it wasn't what I thought it was at all. It was a, you know, movie about war. I thought it was a movie about golf. Anyway, went back to the first Hot Shots. Don't think it was as good. like nearly as good, an order of magnitude less good. A lot more trashy and a lot more straightforward. It's just pretty much, you know, it's just pretty much a Top Gun parody, and not like a particularly like a good one at that. A lot more lowbrow. If last week I did last time I described Hot Shots Part 2 as being like somewhere between Airplane and like the trashy, and like a trashy, you know, a trashy one of those that's just like, oh, here's the, you know, a trashy parody that's just like all the cheapest jokes, you know, like Scary Movie, for instance. This Hot Shots Part 1 seems like it's much, much more on the Scary Movie side of things, of just like, yeah, it's just very cheap. It's not really like a classic, I would say, in the same way, from my watch of it. I was really expecting more, considering like how good I would say that Hot Shots Part 2 was, but I guess there's a reason that people talk about Part 2 more than Part 1, beyond the fact that it has a funny name. You know, like you know, like other similar movies do, like the Naked Gun films, you know? The Naked Guns have like 23.5 or whatever. And it's the same deal with these. Let's see what we get from this guy. And then I think we have to bounce out of this area for a bit until such time as we get some more stuff. That said, we can go over to chapter 3 now. Though I think there's some berries that we can just buy. I need to buy this. I need 2 blueberries. Yeah, everything else here I don't need. So that's good. Was there any items in the other store? And there's no store in... I don't know why it does that. Xbox controllers for you, I think. Nope, nothing here. Good, okay. I don't want to buy a mushroom. I'll never buy a mushroom. Alright, let's head into the sewers. Before we head into chapter 3, we could check more things, like... For instance... It could be somewhere to the right here. I say it. Any item in particular that we need could be somewhere over on the right. And maybe we ought to kill this blooper as a result. This would be the only blooper... No, scratch that. The other blooper could be required as well. Potentially the second blooper, but the third will not be required. So, you know, let's just go ahead and kill it. I got more cards. Been playing a little bit of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Managed to find time to continue with that. It's been a while. Sort of fell off it around the time of Tears of the Kingdom. And I'll say I don't think it was entirely Tears of the Kingdom's fault. That game just really wasn't hitting with me the right way. And, you know, getting back into it, I'm finding about the same thing. Of like, okay, yeah, it's a lot of, like, walking and, like, navigating these big, beautiful spaces that are confusing to navigate. And, their navigation assist system sucks. You can only see it when it's on... You can only see it on the minimap, and, it only updates, like, every couple of paces, so... In some cases, it seems like it can... The advice can look, can be misleading. Which I think is kind of shit. That said, it is a cool game to play, and It is cool to run around being a Jedi, and that is cool. I wish that each area was a lot shorter, and that it would just get to the point more, you know? I think I would like to spend, like, half as much time as they think I would like to spend in each area before moving on, but maybe that's just a me thing, you know? Being, seeing as I'm the type of gamer that, you know, doesn't have as much time anymore, I guess. It's just, like, you know, ease in. I will say I managed to get to the point where it gives you, like, the first new ability. The first ability that's, just... Ooh! Super Hammer. That's killer. Super Hammer. I will say this tracker seems like it's a little laggier than it normally is. I do wonder if that's due to the PC. Like, I'm clicking and then it's taking like a second or two to... I'm wondering if that's due to the thing that I am doing this stream, which is, again, I'm saving a local copy of a stream and seeing how that goes and if it causes any issues. I'll have to try that after the stream is over again and see if that's if it's faster. And if so, you know, I guess something to keep in mind. I'll say the game's doing fine, but it is an N64 game. I don't know. We'll see how this goes and how big the difference is from the Twitch VOD to this. Size-wise, it should be around double, so that seems like it'll be pretty good. All right, here we are in the forest. We got here despite not having the forest pass. Bow. Sick. I could go into the forest and go get those checks, of which there are. I'm gonna scroll down to the map. Don't mind me real fast. Forever Forest. There's 1, 2, 3 checks in there. 3 checks. That said, I feel like maybe the answer right now is to just barrel ahead without checking those things on the off chance that they're nothing. And if they are nothing, then we'd be saving time by ignoring them and moving on to other things. First things first here, let's go get the Boo's portrait turned in. Anyway, I got the first new type in Jedi Survivor. It seems pretty cool, you know. Is it a spoiler to say? You know what? It's probably something they advertise because it is like one of the like 3 new features that game might have. I think it might have 2 or 3 new features. One of them is like taming beasts, which is like, okay, that's alright. You get to ride a beast sometimes. That's cute. And the other part is that there's new stances. I think just 2 of them. One of them is holding a lightsaber and holding a blaster at the same time, which, sure, okay, hey. You can charge up a blast, that feels pretty good. Or you can just, like, blast away as you lightsaber. Sure, that's fun. I think that's a good thing for the video game. I wonder what the last style is. I would guess, like, holding a lightsaber backwards. That always seems like a cool thing to do when you have a lightsaber. To have a backward stance. That'd be my guess, but who knows. I have been thinking with that game, maybe I should be playing it, like, as a secondary activity. Or, rather, without the sound. That way, I can play it as I am watching, like, The Sopranos, and, you know, enjoying The Sopranos and just, like, plugging away at it in the background. I think that could be possibly the way that I should be playing that game. But, you know, hey, who knows? Maybe. Maybe. I don't have the record. Can't get that yet. we'll see if I play more, how much I play more. I would like to have played enough of it where I'd be happy, like, reviewing it, you know, putting a number on it. But also, I would be perfectly fine just saying, like, yeah, 3, I don't know. It's grabbing me less than even the first one, so, you know, jot that down. We don't care about this. This is nothing. How about another card? Also managed to find a little time to play some Like a Dragon Ishin. Like a Dragon Ishin. It's a Yakuza game. If you don't know what Like a Dragon is, that's what Yakuza is called now. It's called that all the time, you know, since time immemorial in Japan. But now it's called that they are here. And in particular, this game is takes place in like the feudal past. And, you know, has like an ancient guy who looks a whole hell of a lot like Kiryu doing some good old-fashioned, like, drama, which is fun. That game seems pretty good. I think I only played like a little bit, but what little bit I played had like several cool dude moments where like I was in a bathhouse, right? And a guy came in and he wanted to fight. And I fought a guy in a bathhouse, both of us buck naked, like mist covering our genitals, you know, and just threw the fuck down, and that's pretty damn cool. Like a Dragon Ishin is pretty damn cool. I will say it is a clunky game. It feels like multiple generations old, which makes sense because it is a remake of a game. It is a remake of a game from like a generation ago, but apparently they did remake it, which I think doesn't show at all, other than the fact that it looks nice. It feels so dated. I guess it must have been more of an HD remake than like something that's like, you know, overhauls it or anything. Or not a HD, it was only like, I think, a generation or two ago. A generation or two ago was HD as well, but still, it's one of the clunkier Like a Dragon spin-offs. More clunky than Judgment, which is to say that it feels old. Very old-fashioned. But I'm enjoying it. You get a gun, you get a sword and a gun, and you can sort of just play by just like shooting people from range if you want, or doing a combination style where you're like slash, 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 bang, bang, and just like, you know, filling them full of lead, which is fun too, I think. I need to play more of that game, I think is the long and short of Like a Dragon Ishin. It has some good, cool dude shit. And, you know, that's needed, that's essential. Yo, we need to see where this goes. It's this one. Hey, hey, hey! How much do we really need for that world right now? We need the water. We need the pure water. And that's it. All we need for the field is just pure water. And we'll have it. Very nice. So anyway, yeah, those games, I've been meaning to get back around to them. And I'm happy to say that I managed it. Somewhat. You know what? Also, with this world, we're also just one item away. We're pretty close to having everything we need to finish this. Which, hey, is exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for a Mario Maker thing, or sorry, a Paper Mario Randomizer thing I could do in like an hour or two. Just for the sake of testing it. Testing the thing. And I'm not sure, by the way, I'll say I'm not sure if we'll be doing this on like Thursday. Which, by the way, Thursday, the plan for Thursday is to do some Pokemon stuff. I'm going to be checking out Pokemon Stadium 2. I'm gonna be checking out the TCG, and I will have some guests on to do some mini games in Pokemon, and maybe Pokemon Stadium too, and maybe even some collector trading card game matches. I'm told that one of my guests has been playing that, so maybe we'll do some verses. That'll be fun. Also thinking about Pokemon Unite. I'm not sure where that fits in. I know my guests, they will not be here from the start. They will be like, you know, arriving to the stream a bit later into the stream, but I think it'll be cool any which way. And I'm not sure if I want to, like, risk trying it out or, like, doing it again during that stream. Might be best to just, like, you know, play it safe and just, like, just do it normal style, you know? But we'll see. Maybe this VOD will look very nice. Maybe you'll be able to see, like, the camera and qualities that really haven't been possible because Twitch bitrate is a lot lower than just, like, you know, lossless or whatever. This isn't lossless. This is high quality, medium file size, according to OBS. Huh. Ah! That guy got eaten. Not good. You don't want to get eaten. Not that way. Anyway. I got more cards. I'll say for that Thursday stream, I'm not sure, like, how many cards I will be pulling out. If it's anything like the first Pokemon Stadium stream, I'll probably have time. You know, Pokemon Stadium 1, at least, was a very slow-paced game where you spend a lot of time, like, waiting. You know what I mean? Just, like, waiting for things to happen. For, like, the battle to play out. And, well, that's perfect for talking about Hot Shots Part 2. And the whole technical issues I've been dealing with recently. Fortress key. That's useless. Now, I will say I could, if I want, you know, you could go to the other areas and do those as well. I don't, you know, I wouldn't do that. Also, I will say we do have to beat Bowser. We do have the boss rush ending the randomizer has for us. So that'll be a bit of fun. Here, because we start with the key, we can just go to the fucking right. Good. It's good shit. I like being able to go to the right first. Saves time later. And we can just, like, do the stuff up top and then come back down on, like, the second trip. There's a lot of checks in this here mansion, and there's just 2 things we need. So, this could be it. We don't need any more partners for chapter... No. We just need, what we have, pretty much. Unless it were to be that, like, the major item is behind, like, a water thing. In which case, we would need sushi. Don't think there's any light or dark stuff. So we don't... Watt would not be required. Watt is probably who knows where. I will say something about limited logic, which is that if a partner is not required at all, God knows where they are, and there's, like, no way to get them, probably. I mean, you could, if you really wanted a specific partner, go out of your way and get them. You know, like, if we said, like, okay, I don't want to go into the end game without Watt, let's say, I could totally go get Watt, but if I, you know, could find Watt, which, you know, it'd be down to getting, like, a really good hint from the hint system, basically. How about another card? I'm playing Deathloop as well. Started that up just so that I could do like the versus mode on, or like the invasion mode on stream maybe sometime. It's all useless. But decided to keep on rolling with it, keep on trucking, and have been playing a fair bit of that in the last few days, just like, you know, going through the motions. Hey, red berries ain't nothing to scoff at. Red berries could be something. Just like going through the motions and like, you know, figuring out where the stuff are, where the stuff is, and what am I saying? And you know, getting some abilities and stuff all together and infused and whole nine. One thing that is interesting playing it again, I played it on PlayStation before, but didn't have online, so I couldn't do any of the online stuff. One thing that is interesting going back to it now, but with online, is that, like, yeah, now I'm fighting people. And I'll say, fighting the people is a lot more straightforward than I thought it would be. You know, fighting just like AI Jolene is... Jolene? I feel like I'm saying... Fighting the AI version of the invading characters that's just like the computer. I got her name wrong, didn't I? Joanna? Is it Joanna? I forget. Anyway, fighting the AI version is kind of scary in like a... Oh, hey. Fuck you! It's kind of scary fighting the AI version. It's like frightening, you know, when you see the AI version like coming at you, and she's like being sneaky. She's disguising herself as NPCs and trying to like blend in and stuff. Human versions of her just like come at you. They're just on the rooftops being like weird goobers, and they're like super obvious. It's kind of funny, really, the amount of like unsubtle it is. Just like, oh, where is she? Where's my opponent? And then you look on the roof and you see like a goober like running around trying to snipe you from the roof, and you go like, okay, I figured it out. There's no big secret there. Not really much in the way of stealth. Not really much in the way of like a stealthy cat and mouse. More just, you know, it's very obvious where she is when you see her. And I think she can tell where you are, so, you know, she can just come at you at any time. And just a matter of like, just a one-to-one fight, you know? Just us fighting and seeing who comes out. And, you know, Cole has 3 lives, so he has 3 lives, but also he has to deal with enemies as well, whereas she does not. And enemies, I pretty much just ignore her because they're all on her side. I'll say that it has been interesting, and I think that it is good to know that people are still apparently playing that game, and, you know, people will still invade you, even like months and months and months after the game came out. But like, I don't know, man. But it's good, it's good. I'm enjoying it, and certainly, I think at some point, I would like to do, like, my first... heard, like, a beeping sound. That was weird. Don't know what was up with that. Everything good as far as the thing goes. Looks good. We're still recording. We're still streaming. Okay. You know what? Probably just a battery thing on my headphones. In fact, let me see. Light's still green. Okay. It's not red. Red would mean low battery. I think. I don't know. What do I know? I definitely want this shroom cake, but let me see. What am I getting rid of? Maple syrup, sure. Dang it. Get rid of the Thunderbolt. 1 enemy? That's nothing. Right then, looks like that's all we can get in this area at this time. I think there's one more room here. Oh, but we've already been in here. We've seen that it's a coin. We could do the forest now, but there's other things we can check before then. Stuff that's opened up by the hammer. There's one block in the prologue that we could get, for instance, that's Super Hammer unlocks. And also some more sewer stuff that we can do now that we have the hammer. So let's do that. We're looking for 2 items. We're looking for the last key, and we're looking for the pure water. We get those 2. We can just go finish the game. Finish the scene, you know, the whole thing. Card. Did you hear about Silver Dollar City? Fire in the Hole. Redo. RMC is doing it. I saw this come up, and like, you know, I went to Silver Dollar City like a month or 2 ago. Saw this news hit, and I said to myself, like, I don't really give a fuck. I'm never going back. Then I saw there was RMC, and I went, what the fuck? RMC? RMC only has in the past only made, like, the biggest thrill rides, the biggest, like, hybrid coasters, as well as, like, single rail coasters that are unique in their own way. And they're handling the remake, the redo of Fire in the Hole, which is like their indoor coaster for kids. What the fuck? And I looked into that a little more. I say I looked in, read into it a little more. Apparently what it sounds like is that it is just kind of a straight up and up remake, though, even though they are involving like the kings of the roller coaster world. I'd say the kings, I guess maybe there'd be some contention whether it's Intamin or if it's RMC, who is like the Mac Daddy of roller coasters these days. Probably depends on what park is your favorite. Like like none of the Orlando parks have like an RMC, but they do have some Intamins, and the Intamins that they have all are like best in the world quality. But like in any other park in the world, an RMC is probably the best thing there. Well, not including Silver Dollar City. Time Traveler is the best thing in Silver Dollar City by like a good margin. Like, you know, a lot of parks that is that way. You know, RMC just puts together some really extremely solid rides with really good like operating systems, I guess, whatever the fuck. I don't know what I'm saying. And like good old-fashioned like steel beam shit. They like their steel beams. Miracle Water. Hey. We can now get one of the chapters done. We just need a single key, and that'll be that. It sounds like they're just doing a straight-up remake of what was there originally, which I'll say it's not that good, right? As a ride, Fire in a Hole is pretty much just like, yeah, it's a dark ride with a few drops, you know? It's like Pirates of the Caribbean, but more bootsy, you know, older than, you know, well, probably around the same age, honestly. But it's like from the 60s or something, and it's just like, okay, you go down a level, you see some like firemen or whatever. They're like drinking and doing like they do on Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, firemen. They're like pirates. They're like doing their Pirates of the Caribbean impression, except they're firemen. And then it ends with a few drops, where like it's just a big drop in the darkness. And from what I hear, it kind of sounds like they'll be doing the same basic thing with the new ride, which with the new version of it, which worries me, considering that, like, yeah, man, come on, you got RMC, make it fucking good. I don't know, shit. Weird to me to get RMC and just make it the most, and just keep it like the most rudimentary, like, you know, 60s ass like thing. And I'll say, of Fire in the Hole original, it does have does have circumstances. you know? Like, chief among them that they didn't know how to do these at the time, right? Like, yeah, Fire in the Hole is the first indoor coaster that ever existed in America, before even Space Mountain, so no one had ever made a good indoor roller coaster when this ride came out. They hadn't figured, like, any more than, like, oh, what if we took a dark ride and we put, like, 3 drops in it? You know? They didn't figure out, like, okay, well, what if it was all drops? You know, no fat or anything. You know, they didn't necessarily figure that out yet. And, you know, I can't blame them for not figuring it out yet. I understand, but, you know, now that we're in the present, I feel like they could figure it out. And they could just do it good. I don't know. I'll say that there's not, like, a ton of... I'll say that, like, I don't think it's for sure any of the things that have been said about that coaster yet. It could be perfectly fine. Who knows, you know? It could be that that coaster is going to be, like, adequate. Or it could be very weird. It could be, like, shades of decent. We'll see, I guess. I don't have any plans to go out and like, re-ride it or anything. You know, I feel like the trip to Silver Dollar City might be the only one I ever do. But hey, you know, time is long. There's not that many parks that are, like, in driving distance for me. In, like, distance of, like, a 6 or 7 hour drive. Like, it's just Silver Dollar City, Fiesta, Texas, the one in Oklahoma, Frontier City, and the other one that they might make in Oklahoma. Oh, and over Texas as well, you know. That goes without saying. Over Texas does. It's my local park and all. But I think, like, I'd rather go to new parks that I haven't been to before versus just, like, going back to, Silver Dollar City ever. Still, neat. Neat to know, like, what they're doing, and the idea there's one more thing in the sewers we should check before we, like, go back to the other place. The idea that RMC would do this, would do an indoor coaster, an indoor family coaster, is just bizarre, and, God, I guess I hope that it turns out really well, because, shit, you know? That's just way out of their element, you know? The ice area, by the way, is obviously, like, all out of logic, but at the very least I can get this power-up, which I will give to... I don't have Watt and probably will not have Watt. Bow? Yeah, I guess Bow. Anyway, I don't know. You know, it's I guess it's, you know, RMC wants to diversify, wants to do more things than just like, oh, we can make you the biggest ride at your park, like the biggest and best ride at their park. You know, they have been diversifying in other ways, like you know, they have the Raptor line now, which is basically like, this will not be the biggest ride at your park, but instead it'll be a very affordable, very compact ride, which, you know, hey, for a lot of parks who don't have that much space to expand in, and also want to do things for cheap, a really compact ride that they can just, like, squeeze in, that's like, you know, just what the doctor ordered. That's fantastic. That's great. Isn't logic? Well, they're badges, so regardless, can't be anything good. I think there's some of these blocks that you can get with a very well-timed, like, double jump. Not sure if it's this one. Maybe you can't get it. Certainly we can't go through there. I guess there's actually nothing to check in here because I can't do anything. I can't reach those blocks. That said, only one of them is something other than a bad, so probably a good sign. I think it's really interesting that RMC is branching out a little bit, doing a family coaster for the first time. There was that other manufacturer doing like dueling family coasters that are like Six Flags Fiesta Texas ordered a couple of. And I guess maybe they saw that and said, shit, we could make that. That'd be simple. Make like a single rail coaster that's like accessible for children or whatever, or even a custom design. We could definitely handle that. Hire us for that rather than like Joe Schmo. I guess the thing with like if you're RMC, right? Where are we going? I don't want to do forest right now. I want to do more fields. And let's not beat the thing until we beat fields until we actually like get all the items we need. We'll beat all the two bosses in a row. Like your RMC probably look at that as somewhat of a weakness, you know, not having that much of a diverse lineup that like you can like bring to bear, you know, like if all you make is like the biggest ride in the park, you're kind of in trouble if you know you run out of parks that have like already have their biggest ride ever, you know. Like what? Are you gonna say something like, okay, Six Flags over Texas, I know that we already did I know that we already did like oh wait, this is the blow move, not the spine shit, whatever. Okay, well it worked, so who cares? That's fine, too. I never used that move. They're not gonna say to Six Flags over Texas, they're not gonna say like, I know that we already converted, you know, we already did like an RMC conversion of, you know, New Texas Giants. But do you want to RMC convert like, Judge Roy Scream? It could be like Iron Judge Roy Scream or something. They're probably not going to go for that. That's worthless. We don't need it. They're probably not going to go for Iron Judge Roy Scream, but for something family-ish, or like a remake of an existing ride that's not in that same genre, like, fuck, man. I guess if I was RMC trying to make a deal at like Six Flags over Texas, I guess the ride I would look at maybe, people like this ride, so I maybe shouldn't say. It doesn't matter. I'll say it, but I feel like Runaway Mountain, the one where it's an indoor coaster that's indoor coaster wherein that's like all indoors and like pretty okay. I guess it does exert good forces, I guess, but also is very mild and bland and whatever. If they make this and it turns out to be half as good as, let's say, The Mummy, right? If they turn this boring, like, bad dark ride into, like, a Mummy tier ride, I'll say, like, again, I don't think that's what they're doing. They certainly aren't saying that themselves. This will be two things. Coconut? Nope, nothing. Okay, there's not that many places left that we can go right now. It's funny having so few places to check. I guess, hell, even if we did, like, one chapter, it wouldn't be, like, the most linear thing in the world, maybe. Well, I guess it depends on the chapter. Like, this chapter could be pretty non-linear, depending on, like, when you get the seeds, if anything's in the overworld, etc. But, like, chapter 1, if it had been chapter 1, let's say, would probably be pretty linear. Can't go over here because we don't have the right berry. Okay. Right now, there's two things we can do in the forest. That lady and this thing. Okay, that's nothing. I guess maybe we're going back to, Okay, let's do these moles now. Could be these moles have the key. We'll find out. Either that or it's in the forest, I think. Not sure if there's anything else in chapter 3 that we didn't get. Or anything in Toad Town. Or, you know, you name it. I hate I really don't like Lackester as a buddy. In fact, fuck Lackester, get Bombat, come out. That cursor is annoying to me. At the very least, I guess you can trigger it early by just pressing the button. Whereas, like, the 1000-Year Door version of that, you just have to wait. Which is why I'll say I never, if I can help it, I never use that partner. I never use Flurry in 1000-Year Door. I think she's maybe the worst partner to use as in battle. Anyway, maybe she's all right as far as like her special moves go. I don't know. I don't bother much with those either. But right, 6. We just need to do. That's nice. They're very affordable. Both of those. And look at that, that's perfect. That's all we need. Another card. I do have cards. Playing Oracle of Ages, just got to the 7th dungeon. I'll say my opinion of Oracle of Ages has not changed. I think it's, with its emphasis on puzzles, it's like a little bit more annoying than Ages, or Seasons. I feel like the gimmick in Seasons is a lot more clean, and with more overworld area to like navigate, I am definitely finding that like it's much harder to figure out where you have to go next. Maybe you like have to go back in time or stay in the present. And sometimes the answer is, well, you have to go a place and then you'll hit a dead end and come back, and then you'll get the way forward, which is just quite simply annoying. You know, to find out the answer is like, oh, where do I go next? Well, you go here, and then you come back, and then there's a cutscene. It's like, how was I supposed to know there was going to be a cutscene? I guess just figure it out, or read an FAQ. You know? And the thing is, some of these puzzles are, like, so obtuse that, like, there are cases where it's not a dead end. I just don't know what the puzzle is. I need to figure it out before I proceed. Like, right now, I'm in the 7th dungeon, and I'll say, like, I am pretty stuck. I got a key. I have no idea where the key goes. That's useless. I have no idea where the key goes, or how to use it. Just kind of nothing. Anyway, that's this world. Let me save and then I'll bail. I haven't saved in a while. Stay for the save. Now and again. I'm pretty close to the end of Ages. I'll say I think it's good, but it definitely has, like, a little too much moon logic. Not as bad, I think, as Awakening was to me. But, like, definitely the point of like I am confused and frustrated, and you know, some of these puzzles are just like too much. You know, I think they went a little too far in some cases. Let me think. Do I have anything else I can turn in here in town? We have the record for chapter 3. So maybe the record has it, and it's not, maybe the record has it. So let's go there and turn that in. Record. One more card here. Been rewatching The Sopranos. I finished season 4 and started season 5. I do think season 4 might be kind of like the weakest one, as far as like it doesn't really have that much of a thrust of its own. You know, there's not really like a big, there's not really any big developments that come in that season and pay off that same season. It's a lot more run on. It's a lot more just, you know, a lot more just like pretty good. And like the finale in particular is like so, it's kind of just a nothing finale, which is kind of weird considering that they've the last few seasons managed to do something big for the finale. You know, even if like God damn you. Even if they do like resolve things like the episode before, like a few episodes before, and that's good, I still think there should be something of note on the final episode of any of the seasons. Anyway, going into I'll say like season 4 maybe is the weakest one, but it's still pretty good. It's still The Sopranos, and it's still filled with like fantastic, really good episodes that I would recommend. Don't want to make it sound like I'm saying that it's bad. I'm saying that it's maybe like the weakest span as far as not having its own personality. Anyway, season 5 starts off well, has the whole plot line of the returning, the wave, the class of '04, as they call it, which is to say, like, okay, some characters that have been in jail for 20 years are coming back. So, you know, you got some new blood, some conflict between old generation and what replaced them when they went away to jail. And it's good stuff. The character of, by the way, we have to fight this guy because we came in the back door. The character of Feech Lamana is fantastic. He's such a good character. He's super good, and I'm glad that, like, he's such a good character, and, you know, the time that is spent with him is fantastic that season. This season in season 5, but more importantly, Tony B is just much more of a thing that season, and I think it's nice. I think it's nice to have some new family for Tony to deal with, you know, and to have to, like, struggle over, you know? He's got Chrissy. He's always had Chris, but now he has Tony B as well. You know, the other Tony. Which is a nice dynamic for a season and makes for a slightly more personal, like, seasonal character compared to, like, oh, here's this guy Ralphie who's pretty cool, you know, pretty talented, but he's just sort of a guy that works with Tony. You know, he's just a capo. And he's kind of a, you know, he's kind of a unruly fucker, but, you know, that's kind of all that there is to him. Okay, so this is nothing. Wait, where's the beehive? I thought there's a beehive. That, like, shows you where the way out is. The beehive, one of the other ones? I guess it's one of the other ones. This isn't it. I think it's one right of this. I think 2 over. It doesn't matter if I get warped back. If I get warped back to the start of the thing, I'll manage. One over, right? So it's this one from the boo. Then here, let me just look at the map real fast. So here, I'm coming in from here. I want to go 1 to the left. Around the horn. Then all the way around. Anyway, Season 5 is off to a good start. I enjoy this source. I enjoy 20B as a seasonal like character, and I think that he does good things for the show. And you know, I really love the stuff with Chrissy and Paulie in like the first episode or so. That's some good shit. With them and the waiter and the whole like stiffing, you know, like Paulie just running up bills. That's just a funny little thing for Paulie to do. Yeah, I think 1 to the left here. And this should be the final thing that's in the forest. If it's not here, then I need to start thinking more about places it could be. Oh, you know what? We haven't checked the other flower person that's just in Toad Town. Maybe it's there. Yeah, that's everything that's in the forest. Cool. Well, fuck. We didn't, like, get it at some point and then, like, not track it, right? Yeah, we have a pretty good inventory, full inventory of, like, everything that we have and don't have. Up to date and all, you know? Nearing the end of that rewatch. I say nearing the end. There's like 2 seasons left, but it's really more like 3 seasons. But in any case, either way, that is near the end, no matter how you chop it. Oh, one more thing we can do is we can get the song. Not the song, but this thing. Point. The last thing I know about, off the top of my head, is this flower guy. Not here, I need to think. Because it must be something I missed. It must be something I missed. Could it be just in like a random tree somewhere? Did I get the Shooting Star Summit? Did I check what was behind the summit? Did I check what item was there? This is nothing. The minigames are not in logic. Panels are out of logic as well. All the other chapters are out of logic. Let me think. Where could it be? I haven't gotten the post bag. I already checked the rewards. Shooting Summit rewards, they're nothing. Did I forget to get this thing over here? Well, let's see. No, whatever it is, I got it. Where could it be then? We could get a hint, but Probably that hint would be for a key item that we don't need, which renders that whole system useless for the sake of, this. Like, let me just say, okay, show me a key item. Probably gonna be a letter. Oh, wait. Well, we don't need the wait because we already have the ground pound, so it's out of logic. And we've already accessed everything the wait will do. And yeah, that little Koopa town is out of logic as well. Let's think. Post office. Anything here that we haven't gotten yet? I don't think so. This is out of logic, but I do want that. I do want Spike Shield. Spike Shield, extremely good. Could there be a berry that we missed somewhere? That berry would give us a whole new area. Check the prologue again. I think I got everything in the prologue area. When I walked through here, I didn't have the ability to hammer, but I did have Bombette, and Bombette could do everything a hammer could. Did I do this tree? Yes. What about the other tree? Sure I did. Not in the bush, is it? No, nothing in the bush. What could it be? Where could it be? The Boo store. Did I check the Boo store in its entirety? I must have done, but what if they had like a berry? I'm reaching here. I can't think of where it would be that I haven't checked. There are those ground pound blocks. They're like slightly raised. But I can't get those, I think, without the boot upgrade, which I don't have. Right, I only have the super boots, not the ultra boots. And then I cannot get those just yet. Definitely checked all the bushes here. The mansion. The mansion we did everything. I don't know where the last item is. I feel like I've been pretty good about checking everywhere. And yeah, this guy has nothing. I checked the item games in the mansion. I got the record thing. I think the mansion is tapped. Could be on the path. Let's retrace our steps here, I guess. We get anything that would get us access to new places we hadn't been last time we were here? I don't think so. I also think I checked just about everywhere along this path. everywhere in the mansion. If I had to guess, I'd say something in the sewers that we missed. But I can't off the top of my head think of anything that meets that description. Except for those blocks that are just a little too high to hit. I am not 100% sure if those are in logic or not. Let me see what the tracker says, because the tracker does have list out like what you can and can't get with the current stuff. Ultra Bleach blocks. Okay, so those are not in logic. Get that. I did get the... I went over there. Got those pipes. Went to the spiny room. Went to the blocks below there. Got the shrink stop thing. Did those things. What's in Toad Town? Let me see Toad Town. Outside Toad Town. Yep, got those. Got the shop. Talk to the guy. Yeah. I don't got the melody, so I can't do that. Shop again. Shop in there. The tree by Merlin's house. Oh, ground pound inside Merlin's house 3 times. I forgot about that one. That could be it. Logically. I mean, I can't think of anything else it would be. In fact, let's... I'm betting that's it. So let's hustle over there and do that real fast. Or it could be this tree. Ah! There was the tree! Knew a fucking tree, I forgot. Yeah, my bad. Sometimes I forget trees. I think, like, it's possible in, like, previous versions of the randomizer, like, different trees were, like, had items. And they might have changed that up relatively recently. So that, can throw me for a loop. Hey! We have everything we need to beat the 2 star spirits that we need to beat. So let's go do that. That'll be what we do right now. And before we know it, we'll be heading to Bowser and doing a thing. And then I'll... you know, how it turned out. My plan... Go over the plan again. And say also an element that I don't think I necessarily mentioned earlier. Wait, where am I going? It's the wrong hole. My plan, as far as this goes, is to upload the local version to YouTube rather than exporting from Twitch. And, well, that should be in a higher quality, a higher bitrate, whatever, than the Twitch archive version, which should be good. I'm not sure, but if it'll be feasible for like every stream going forward, but I might try it. I'm getting all turned around. Well, you know what? Let me at least just check a store here. Maybe we can like get Watt or something real fast. I mean, while we're in the neighborhood, right? But, like, I say real fast, I mean it. I mean real fast. Let me just, like, look and then leave. We're gonna look and leave here. You know what? Last minute shopping trip. Just to be safe. Okay, they got Bupkis. What about the other town? What about, Cooper Town? You got Watt? I would really like to have Watt, just as a rule. I like to have Watt. Don't care about anything else that's going on here. want to see if I can, like, just get Watts or something really fast. There's the yellow berry if I wanted to, like, get an extra area, but, doesn't seem necessary. We get some life shrooms. That seems like a good idea. For the final battle, you know? And I guess these 2 battles as well. Get rid of 2 of them. And, yeah, very good. Okay. Let's go beat those 2 bosses, and then we'll, you know, end the stream or whatever. Like I said, go mode. Go mode. I could also very easily check the one in the snow world. The shop in the snow world real fast. I guess really, even if you're doing like a C with limited logic, if you're in the neighborhood of a shop, you might as well check. Because it could have badges, it could have like very good optional items. It could even have items that are like technically out of logic, but still useful to have. Like, you know, yellow berries could have been useful if, like, let's say the in logic yellow berries were somewhere else in the world, and that there were some out of logic yellow berries that you can get that work just as well. They were in like a store or something. That'd be pretty decent. That'd be a good thing. Be a good get. Not really sure what I'm going to watch after finishing my rewatch of The Sopranos. I have been thinking about Ghibli films, maybe doing those, but at the same time, you know, I wouldn't necessarily be watching all those dubbed or something, so I would have to pay attention to them, which, you know, as far as a rewatch goes of a show that you've seen a million times or a thing you've seen a whole bunch, it's easier to have that be a dub or something of the sort so that you can, you know, so that you can do them in the background and play video games and, you know, do other such things as like an episode of Sopranos plays out, you know. Maybe we'll do something else. I'm not sure yet. Figure it out. It's not a big deal. Whatever comes next comes next, and you know. Honestly, I do feel sometimes like just continuing to secure entertainment for me while I am like working or like doing something or playing a video game or whatever is hard enough, right? Like with like watching YouTube videos in particular, let's say shorter ones in particular, it always feels like I am spending a lot of time like just finding new videos to watch. New videos, new topics, you know, of a good length, and, you know, I feel like these days, like, YouTube videos, they tend towards the shorter side, and, you know, the shorter they are, it is convenient when it's, like, right before bed and you want to watch, like, a 5-minute video to, like, end the night. You know, something that doesn't keep you up another half hour or so. But on the other hand, if you're just, like, looking for something to have on in the background as you work or play video games or whatever, it's just, like, a constant procurement process, just finding more things to watch. I guess I could watch more Twitch streams, like this one, or those of my friends. And I probably should do that. It's just a simple way to fill time, you know. You can't go wrong with watching those Twitch streams, like this one, or whatever, the VODs thereof, you know, whatever. And that's the thing that's helpful about having a show that you're rewatching, you know. You don't have to think. You can just be like, next episode of Sopranos, let's go. Oh, you can skip this now. Wow. They had a skip button to the cutscene. I just noticed that. This randomizer did. Obviously, it's not in the base game. It's not like Nintendo did that. That's really a convention that started, like, after the N64. So it kind of looks weird to see an N64 game with a skip prompt on it. None for this scene, though. I guess maybe there were technical issues preventing this scene from being skipped. Maybe because in that other scene you go into another load zone, so you can sort of just, like, jump ahead to the load zone, but in this one, you stay in the same space. So there's not really, like, a new area you can just load up if you hit skip. Anyway. I think a rewatch of Breaking Bad would be a good one. You know, that show is kind of my number one show, I think. I think it's gotta be number one even in front of Sopranos. And I say this having just been rewatching a whole bunch of Sopranos. I think that's Breaking Bad is probably the superior show. I should also just, like, from that carry straight on to Better Call Saul, which I haven't seen all of. Sort of stalled out when it was, like, on Netflix. When it spent, like, a couple years not like updating to Netflix, and you just had to wait. And then when it came out on Netflix, I was like, I'm good. I don't really feel like actually going and catching up right now. Sorry. So maybe I should just go ahead and do that. Maybe that'd be a bit of fun. I don't know. We'll see. There's other shows that, like, I would rewatch idly. Like, you know, I'll say, like, I don't watch that many anime dubbed, but a couple shows are grandfathered in. And as a result, maybe, you know, I have been able to enjoy these shows in the background. Like, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I watched that before I got into subs. And the same with My Hero Academia, which was just on the borderline, by the way. Like, the same year I started watching My Hero Academia was the same year that I got Crunchyroll subscription and, you know, started really watching a ton of anime. But because I watch those subbed, I can also just, like, rewatch them in the background and just, like, binge them that way. You know, which is not quite as serious as a binge of, like, a subtitled show in which you really have to pay attention because, you know, you stop paying attention, scenes stop, like, you can't follow it, right? Words, you miss words. Whereas, like, there's a lot of shows you can just watch in the background and it works 100% good. Alright, this boss is done. Very good. I could see, and I don't really compare, like, anime to, like, other TV shows, but I could see Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood being up there in, like, the top shows of all time, general category as well. That is just, like, a perfect piece of work. And probably to this day, still the best shonen show. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Part of that is because they got a second go and they could just redo the first show and make it, like, authentic to the original source material and pull in a lot of, like, subtext that was missing, you know, all sorts of stuff. And really just do it, but good. Which, you know, they didn't do the first time. They sort of went off the rails the first time. I think that for a while I was feeling like My Hero Academia was also up there, but now with like the seasons, I think like seasonally, My Hero Academia can be a little weak, can be a little long-winded, and like focus a little on life stuff. But all in all, I'd say that it is up there. But maybe not in the same ballpark as you know, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And if I could say a part of JoJo separate from all other parts, I would say Part 4 also stands in that ballpark, but you know, probably not fair to just say like, oh, Season 4, Part 4 of JoJo, even if it is kind of a different show. You know, even if each part is pretty self-contained, has its own cast, has its own flair, its own personality. You know, they're not so much a season of it so much as just a whole new spin on it with whole new characters, whole new setting, etc., etc. Right, that's one boss down. One more to go. One boss down. One more to go. Straighten out my t-shirt. Maybe move this desk a little backwards. The microphone just a scotch closer to me. I don't really know if that makes a difference. Oh, I will say, I did raise the bitrate as far as audio goes for, like, Twitch. I don't know why it was, like, half of what it could be at maximum, but I pulled it up. That might also improve, like, the quality of audio or something. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how that works. Or if really the audio is ever really struggling to, like, you know, sound good or whatever. Maybe that's something that they recently increased and just went like, fine, yeah, you can have as much audio bitrate per second as you want. Maybe that's something they did. I really don't know. Mail. Looking at my mail real fast, you know, my email. Apparently there was a Arkham Trilogy thing. I don't know what the fuck. Know that I care about that. I don't know why they're emailing me about the release date for Arkham, whatever the fuck. I played a bunch of those Arkham games, and I really did love City in particular, but I'm not really that interested in ever going back there. Hey, look, we can skip it. Wonderful. I will say there's one game that I think would be good to, would be fun to... We can't skip this scene, apparently. Hit and miss which scenes you can skip. That one doesn't even have a load zone thing going on, so... Or, rather, that one did, like, exit the load zone at the end of the scene, so I don't know why I couldn't skip that as well. I will say there's one game I have been thinking about, and I will say I added it to the list already, so it's not like a new thing. Well, I'll say it's kind of already on the list if you scroll down and look at the games I'd like to stream list. But I got a while here to play some Darksiders 2. Been a while since I played that game. Really loved it when it came out. The best Darksiders game, probably like a country mile. And just really, really cool, open worldy, a little bit Diablo-y. You know, there's like a loot system or whatever. I really damn enjoyed that game, and I think that maybe that'd be a fun one to do a full replay of on stream. Let me see if I want to add any extra badges. Sure, extra HP. I don't think I need any of this other shit. The other thing I have been thinking is maybe after StarCraft 2 first campaign, what if the game after that was Twilight Princess HD? We just did Wind Waker HD, and I'm kind of in the mood to just, like, go on to the one right after that. You know, Twilight Princess. I think that could be a bit of fun. Jeez. Gotta do some damage. I think that'd be a bit of fun to go like right onto Twilight Princess. It'd also be good to play that game again, and you know, like give it a new critical look, a new critical appraisal, whatever. You know, and think real deeply, like, how much do I really like it? You know, and I'll say I remember that game, the dungeons, pretty damn good. Some of the stuff between the dungeons, pretty whatever, you know? Not my favorite at all, but that'd probably make for a pretty good playthrough. And then, you know, there's other, like, basically my plan is with those playthrough series is to do, like, one Nintendo-based playthrough, and then do, just one Spiny. There we go. One Nintendo-based playthrough, and then, like, one something else, you know? And one Nintendo-based and one StarCraft campaign. So, there's 3 StarCraft 2 campaigns. Wings of Liberty, Twilight Princess, Heart of the Swarm, Skyward Sword? And then end with with Legacy of the Void. And I think like after that, the next order of business would be to do like an Odyssey thing where I get every moon over the course of X streams. You know, not all at once, obviously. There's like 900 of them. There's like 1,000 of them, nearly 1,000 of them. I wouldn't go all the way there, but I just like throw my thing at him. Ugh. Whoops. Not good. I should not waste my repel gel on this bozo. Also, these guys do about as much damage as the single guy did. Meaning it's been pointless this whole time to, like, clear them out. Well, that's not true. He eats them, and he recovers health based on how many there are. Absolutely a good idea to clear them. And make sure they don't pile up. Just so that he doesn't, like, recover most of the damage that you're putting on. Anyway, that's some of my thoughts for the future. I will say, in addition to everything I've said, there will be, in October, a full playthrough of Ghost Trick, which I guess will be on Thursdays as a separate thing from the, from, like, StarCraft or Zelda or whatever. And the basic goal of that will be to, you know, finish it before October is up. I guess that will take, potentially, a whole bunch of the October streams off the table. You know, there could be additional ones as well. I often do fun, extra streams. We are getting right down to the wire here. We have very little health left, but we're gonna kill him next turn, this turn. Unless things go super wrong. Spiny Surge will do it. There we go. It's done. All right. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. That'll do. That'll do Mario. I don't know. Shouldn't quote things. Quoting things. You know, they say that remember when is like the lowest form of conversation. But I feel like lower than that is remember a thing in a movie. You know? Remember this line? Oh, that line's a good line. That said, I do like sometimes to do that. Like to pull up a clip I like on YouTube and go like, oh, that's a good scene. I like to see it. I like to see the scene. And then I sometimes like to post and like, hey, do you guys remember this scene? Isn't this a good scene? Does everyone agree with me? Usually everyone would agree with me, I would think. If a scene is actually good, most people can agree on it. No. That's a line. Tony says, remember when in some episode that I don't think I've gotten to yet. But I've seen like the clip of it come up on YouTube or something. Right then, we have everything we need to go beat the game. We gotten the 2 star spirits that are required. So now we just have to go and kick Bowser's ass, as well as what minions he has in like the hallways. That's a good like 2 hours and change stream. Yeah, pretty good for a test, I think. Maybe I should have just done with one chapter. I thought about that, like the lowest number of chapters possible, just to see like how streamlined it could be. But I did want to have some randomness. I did want to not feel like just, you know, going through a single chapter, mostly normal style. Thought it'd be weird. Maybe I should try that at some point, just to see how it feels. If it's like too straightforward or what. And maybe it would be too straightforward, but I feel like it would be interesting at any rate. Let's go. Final boss rush thing. Ding-a-ling. Not gonna... maybe I should check the shop, just in case they have, like, the partners that I prefer or something. That said, I don't even know if, like... We can't upgrade Watt to full at this point. There's not... Without, like, seriously backtracking a whole bunch. So even if we did get Watt, I'm not sure that would make a difference. Still, there could be a badge or something over there. Let me see. Well, there's FP plus. I don't think I'll ever run out of FP. Like, the Bombette's moves all take 1 or 2 FP. As does my, like, my ground pound move. So I think we are good to go. Alright, let's go beat the boss rush ending here. Cool. Gonna take a little drink of my water. And let's go. I'm a little... we'll see how this turns out. I'm a little uncertain about, like, you know, starting to save copies, local copies of every stream. Maybe actually before we end, maybe I can have a look and see how many gigs this stream has been. You know, and I'll say like, it's my new SD. I say my new SD card, SSD, my new SSD that I have had for 5 years, but I never plugged in because I got it by accident originally. It has like 200 gig capacity, so like, even if every stream was like 100 gigs, I could upload it, delete the thing between streams, and it'd be fine. But, I would want to know that it wouldn't get anywhere near that ever happening, just even on like a really long stream, right? Like, if this is like 100 gigs for 3 hours, then that would mean it would be impossible to do a 12-hour stream all in one go, which, I don't know. I like to occasionally do such streams. And it'd be weird if that didn't work. Or if there was some other weirdness. Alright. Second to last. That's not true. Third to last fight. We never saw these guys. We didn't even go to that chapter. It was outside logic. Here's Trooper Jr. Let's fight him. I got the D-Jown jump. And the spike shield. Did I equip the spike shield? Fuck, I hope I equip the spike shield. This is the only time I get to use it. I hope I equipped it. I forget if I did. Damn it. We'll see in like a second here. I think I got like 1 or 2 cards left. Thinking about watching King of the Hill. Been seeing clips of that on like, you know, YouTube and stuff, and I watch them, and I go like, oh shit, that's a really good clip. Good, okay, I equipped it. I keep on watching those clips and just thinking like, god damn, this show seems very funny. Like, I love how just like, accurately it portrays like a suburbanite, you know, a suburbanite world, which is very much, I think, like most of everywhere now. Well, and maybe that's not true, but like I would describe most places as being very much like the you know, the Texas suburb that's like King of the Hill takes place in. And I guess I'm just part of that, maybe me living in a Texas suburb around DFW, you know, same as Hank Hill does, which I'll say, like, I will point out that the accents in like King of the Hill, they are a little like overblown. Like, I don't think my accent is like that. I don't think I think that like here most people just have like standard US accents. Nothing too southerny, nothing too like quintessentially Texan-y. We need to get a heal before we go fight Bowser. But it's still really, really, really good show, really funny stuff. The scenes I've seen, the clips I've seen on YouTube, always impress me. I watched one yesterday where Hank Hill became a pimp. That's a pretty good joke. It was a pretty good joke, and it was pretty well done. I'm gonna get my health recharged before I go off and do the thing. That was a pretty good joke, and you know, maybe I ought to just like pull that up on like Hulu or whatever and go through that. Now, I guess the thing that's holding me back, like if there was something holding me back, is I don't know if like Hulu is gonna start doing like a password sharing anti-thing, in which case I probably don't want to like get myself into a series that I cannot watch in like a month or two before that went into effect, or you know, whenever they I don't know like how long it's gonna take them to like do that and like start asking me out, but maybe I should not get into that if it'll take like a year or two to go through. There's a lot of King of the Hill. Hey, there's Bowser. And by the way, I do have one more card. I'll just play it. I'll just pull it up now. Are there any shows that you've only seen clips of that you like? Sort of a tangential question off King of the Hill. I have been wondering, like, are there other shows like that that people have? Where they just exclusively have seen clips of it on, like, YouTube and stuff? You know. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if The Office is like that now for a lot of people, right? Like, let's say you didn't get into The Office before it was off Netflix, right? Then the clips that are on YouTube might be the only access you have to The Office, you know? I'll say there's definitely, like, clips of... There's definitely shows that are like that. I've seen a lot of, like, talk show stuff. I don't know that counts, though. I feel like that's just a primary way to engage with that stuff, especially if you're only, like, interested if certain guests are on, let's say. Like, particularly I like to see the ones where Norm Macdonald is on. And otherwise could not care less about, like, Letterman or, and most any late-night host. I liked the guys what were on, HBO for a while. Or Stars? What were they on? I forget, but I liked, Deezus and Miro for a while. But I guess also in those cases, I often just, like, watched the clips that were, like, on YouTube or whatever. Didn't actually watch full shows or full whatevers. Wonder if anyone, like... Another thing that you can engage with other than, like, you know, full-ass shows. But there are, like, podcasts that also, like, share... That also, like, have a social feed where they share, like, the best clips and stuff from them. I wonder if there are some people that just engage with that through like, those after the fact. Like, whatever social clips they post, not necessarily the full archive, not necessarily the full episodes. Which, hey, those like, social clips, they can be very funny, you know, and they don't take a while. But, you know, whole thing's good. I don't know if there's any other show, for me, that is like that. I think it's just King of the Hill. Other than that, I'm just not that interested in, like, watching a clip of a show I haven't seen, I guess. Is the other part of it. Like, if I have seen clips of shows come across my YouTube recommendation screens thing, and I've just thought, like, oh, well, I have not seen that. I don't know why I would have any interest in, like, watching it. King of the Hill is special, I guess, in that, like, you know, I have seen a King of the Hill episode or two growing up. I know the basic idea, I just, like, haven't seen 99% of it, you know? And it was never, like, my favorite thing as a kid. There was a great line in that, in like, apparently associated with that episode where Hank becomes a pimp, where, where a character says, like, oh, watch out, you know, that guy, he's a little guy, but he'll kick your ass. And, Hank Hill says, no offense, but he's from Oklahoma. And that's it. And that's very funny to me, as someone from Texas. That sounds about right. I don't know. Like, yeah, man. Would Hank Hill be afraid of someone from Oklahoma? I don't know, but that's a very funny dunk to think that he just wouldn't be. Like, come on, man. He's from Oklahoma. You know, I don't have that much of a strong feeling about Oklahoma, I'll say. Used to live there when I was 5 or something. Like, from 4 years old to 5 years old. And otherwise, haven't really been there ever. Passed through there, I guess, when we were going to Silver Dollar City. Like, a month or two ago. But, you know, didn't actually stop unless there was, like, a convenience store or something. I don't really have strong opinions about surrounding states. But I do think it's funny that, like... I do think the fact that King of the Hill is in... I'm out of... I do think the fact that King of the Hill is in Texas, it has that specificity, you know, is very funny to me. Like, that is hilarious that, like, it has that to fall back on and just, like, Texas attitudes about our state and, you know, other such things. Beautiful. Really should. Maybe, I'll say this. Probably the thing that, like, put me off most as a kid was just, like, the authenticity of like, the accents or something. You know, just knowing that the characters were supposed to be from, like, my neck of the woods. And me knowing, like, DFW people really don't have Texas accents. You know, not really. We've watched too much television. We've talked to, you know, we're too, like, connected to the rest of the world to develop, like, a real southern accent. You know, unless we adapt one as an affectation or something. But, I will say, like, knowing a thing or two about that show, I know that, in actuality, the guy what made it is from, like, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so he would know. It's just that casting maybe had other ideas, so you know, despite the accent thing, it's still probably about as authentic as you can get as far as, like, content about the suburbs of North Texas, you know? He also made Beavis and Butthead. Is Beavis and Butthead also set in Texas? I don't know. Could be. I'd believe that, you know? They don't really have accents either, which is correct. They shouldn't. You know, we don't. Not discernible ones, anyway. Maybe, like, things that... You ever see those things that are like, they're like, how do you say it? Do you call this a water fountain? Or do you call it a bubbler? You know, stuff like that where you see it and go like, oh, I didn't even know that was a regional difference. And also, I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if I believe that people call it a bubbler. I've never heard that in any piece of fiction or media ever. You know, it's like that. I don't know if I believe that, right? But at the same time, you know, it's like, hey, I guess. We do call our supermarkets or grocery stores. I forget which one, if that's even one. Anyway. It's all weird stuff. It's all weird stuff. Let's fight this Bowser and end. And then I'll tell you, like, what the damage was, I guess. I'll pull up my my new D drive and see how big the file has gotten over the course of, like, 2.5 hours. 2.5 hour of streaming. For this battle, I like it, I prefer it if I could have gotten Watt, because, you know, Watt can do, like, full 5 damage, similar to how Bombette can do 5 damage per turn without spending any resources. But, woo! Hey, I blocked that shit! Oh, that's good. But, Bombette's bomb only costs 1, so it's like, what the fuck? That was a mistake, but whatever. It only costs 1, so it's like the most minor thing in the world, you know, I don't really have to think about where the FP is going to come from. I say before noticing that we're down to 14 of it. The D down jumps are taking it out of us, I guess. What can we do for FP? Do we have, like... Well, I suppose we can refresh. That'll get 5 back. It's not a very good, like... Not a very efficient use of our SP, but... Or FP of our time, but... Oh, yeah, this is 6. That's why. Okay. You know what? Let's just stick with the bombs for now. Ah, that's a lot less. 4 is a lot less than 12 or 8 or whatever we were getting. Let's do it again. You know what? We're right in the neighborhood. I think we might got it. We got life streams. We got 3 of them. Lucky I went and got some extras. Just in case. Because our partner is out of commission, we can do... we can do 6 damage with a shooting star. That's not enough to kill. Oh, we have 3. I guess we had 1 from earlier. We could repel gel. I'm worried about him healing. Tell you what, let's just do 4 damage. Don't heal. Don't heal. Yes! He didn't heal! And, yeah, we'll just end it with a shooting star. That's fun. All right, good fight. Good 2-star. I like this new mode that they got, that like limits the seed to like a random assortment of areas. That's a fun way to have it so that it's like a limited, that it's like a shorter length, without just being like straight up like, okay, you only need to get 3. Instead, you say like, you only have to get 3, and also all the stuff will only be in certain locations. 2 is a little slight. I feel like 3 or 4 might be the sweet spot as far as like how to configure this. And I bet 1 is like really ridiculous. I mean, I guess you just go to the chapter and you'd mostly do it vanilla, right? That's just how it would work. Anyway, that's gonna do it for tonight's Quicko tech test stream. Let me pull up the D drive and see how much that came up to. See if this is something we can do every time, saving a local copy and uploading that to YouTube in higher quality. Okay, I'm looking at the secondary disc. Local stream copies. View details, please. I need to see the... Oh, it's showing us 0 bytes. Okay. It's showing us 0 bytes in the thing. Oh wait, I hit properties. I am seeing, if I look at properties, 7 gigs. Okay, 7 gigs for a 2.5-hour stream, and I got 200 gigs of space. That seems manageable. That seems manageable. I can do that. I can manage that. That's not too out of line with Twitch, honestly. Like, if you download a Twitch VOD, a 5-hour one is about 10 gigs, or a 4-hour one is about 10 gigs. So sort of in the ballpark, little bit more gig. Doing the higher quality is a little bit more memory intensive, but not so much that I'm gonna break the bank or, break the secondary disk drive. Anyway, let's wrap up. I'm gonna pull up the schedule here. Next week, I'll be starting a playthrough of StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty. That'll be starting next Monday. Thursday, I'm planning a big Pokemon stream. Well, I don't know if it'll be big, but I am planning to check out Pokemon Stadium 2 and the trading card game. Gonna have some folks on the stream to play the minigames against, and I'll also check out the single-player stuff as well in Pokemon Stadium 2 before they arrive. And I also want to do some Pokemon Unite, maybe after they, maybe after we end the multiplayer segments, we'll do some Unite or something. I haven't played Unite in like a long while, so I'm probably good now to get the returning player quests again, which will be nice. More stuff for me. I like that. Let me go ahead and see who's online. See who's online right now. Glower is doing some speedrunning of Paper Mario. I see Milo is doing some retro games. I don't usually stream on Tuesdays, so, different crowd, perhaps. Duck is doing a Super Mario 64 thing. Quackathon, apparently, is what that is. Let's go over to Glower. Paper Mario. I'm doing Paper Mario right now. That sounds good to me. Alright, folks. I will see y'all on Thursday. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the OBS, get it all set up to like stop streaming and stop recording about the same time, so that 2 copies are basically the same. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Maybe I should set up a button on my stream deck to end the stream and end the recording. I have been hesitant about that because I don't want to accidentally end the stream ever, but it'd probably be harmless to have one of those and like bury it within a few subfolders so I couldn't accidentally do it. Anyway, I will see you on Thursday for Pokemon Stadium 2, Pokemon trading card game, which I'll say I've never played the trading card game. I don't know the rules, so I will learn the rules and probably play a few matches or something against my guests. That'll be a bit of fun. That'll be Thursday. I'll see you then. Bye, folks.